Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be customizing the FORYOU template. So FORYOU is our latest conversion focused website template for short form content agencies. It's made for Framer. So this will be kind of like a brief tutorial on Framer and how you can kind of customize this template to make it your own. So this template features a lot of different sections that are meant to kind of enable you to effectively showcase your services and enable you to convert more people into clients. So yeah, we're just gonna dive right in. Once you purchase the template, this will be the screen that you see. And if you don't see this, you will most likely need to create a Framer account. But once you've done that, then you can just click copy project to my account and wait for the template to load up. So yeah. Once it loads up, you will see this screen. If you already know your ways around Framer, you can skip this section of the video. But yeah, so let's dive right into it. So first thing you see in the middle, we have our canvas, which is kind of where our website stays. Now you can move around by clicking the middle mouse button and kind of moving around, or the space button and moving around. And then you can also zoom in and out by holding down Command or Alt and scrolling down with the mouse wheel. So that's how you kind of move around the canvas. Then here on the left side, we have our left sidebar where we have three different tabs. We have pages, where obviously we can see all of the pages that this template has. Then we have layers, where we can see all of the layers that this template has. And if you zoom out, you will see that we have a desktop breakpoint, a tablet breakpoint, and a phone breakpoint. So when you're making any changes to the layers or the structure of the pages, I would recommend using this left hand side layer menu, so this way you can know for sure what you're changing, but we'll get into that a bit later. Then the third tab is assets, which are basically global styles. So here we have first components, which are components that can be placed anywhere on the web page. And the cool thing about these components is that once you change them here and then you put them on another page, if you made a change on the component, it is applied on all pages that you use the component on. So we use components for the client logos, for the buttons, and then for the footer. So once you change the footer or the FAQ and you basically have the section on other pages, they will be changed on all pages. Then we have the text styles, which are obviously the styles of the headings and the body text that we have. So we have heading 1, 2, and 3. And if you change the style here, it will basically change, all of the styles that we have, but we'll get into that a bit later. Then we have link styles, which obviously are just link styles, how you want a link to behave. And then we have the colors. You can change those from here. We have quite a few styles here, so you can experiment with those. Then on top, we have the top bar, where you can insert new sections, new widgets. You can add frames, images, rows, columns, and grids. You can add text. You can manage the CMS from here. So basically what we have here, first button, you can add a new item. Second button, you can edit the actual fields that we have on the CMS. So you will see that we have title, featured image, short description, highlighted metrics, project length, company size, industry, views generated, summary, and results. You can either remove some if you don't need them, or you can add new ones with the plus here. These are all of the different types of form fields you can add. And then you can also import articles from a CSV table. And then if you want to manage those or kind of edit the already existing articles, you can simply click on them, and this will open up the settings. Here you can change the title, image, and so on. If you want to delete any of the case studies, you can simply right click and delete it or duplicate it. And then, as we said, you can add a new item with this button right here. So that's the CMS. Then we have the actions, which is basically shortcuts to everything you can do on this web page. On the right hand side, you will see your profile picture. We have this localization icon where basically you can translate the website. Now this is an additional paid feature that Framer offers, but you can explore it on your own. Just simply type Framer localization in Google and you will see their web page. Then we have the project settings. So here we will start with the general settings where you can change your site title. So what I would recommend you do is, as soon as you get this template, go into the site settings, into general, and then put your site title here and site description. You can also pick a site language. Then below that we have a fav icon. Now a fav icon is basically this little icon that appears on the browser. You can upload your logo in here, make sure it's sized correctly. As you can see, they recommend 32 by 32 pixels. Then you also have a social image. A social image is basically the image that appears for your website when you send a link to somebody on any social media, or if you share it on Twitter, you will basically, this social image will appear when you share a link to your website. So you can put that here. The size is 1200 by 630. And yeah, you can design it on your own. Below that, we have a few spaces, so you can either add password protection, you can add your Google Analytics here, or you can add custom code to the website. Then we have domains. So for domains, usually once you duplicate the template and you click publish, Framer will automatically give you a random domain name like here. And now you can either, get a free Framer subdomain. So here you can write anything and then just click this check button and choose, kind of the domain extension, and then this will apply it. Or you can click connect a domain your own, upgrade your plan, and then you can insert your domain name here. And you can also refer to our article that I will leave in the description, where you can see how you can connect your own domain to your website. Then you have redirects. This is good if you are migrating from an old website and you don't want to lose any SEO value. You can simply get the old URL, place it here, and then redirect it to any new URL. Then you have staging and versions, where obviously you'll see your staging and versions. And then you have simple analytics that show you simple data of your website. And then we have the plans. Now for the plans, they have a mini plan, a basic plan, and a pro plan. You can read all of the features that each one gives you and decide which one is right for you. And here under the page settings, you can manage the kind of title and description, and a social image, and also custom code for each separate page. So that's basically the site settings. Then we have this invite button, where you can enter the email of somebody and then send them an invite to collaborate with you on the project. Publish button, you basically click it and you can update your website from here, or you can click add custom domain. And then finally on the right hand side, we have the right hand sidebar, which is basically settings of the different properties of every element that you have on your page. So for example, text elements will have these types of properties, but let's say the ticker will have different types of properties, but we'll get into more details on those in just a bit. So yeah, this is the overview of the Framer UI. Now we'll move on to actually customizing the website. Now first, let's look at how you can customize the site navigation. So if you zoom in and then you click and you kind of hover over the navigation, you will see this purple box. This basically signifies that this is a component, and when you double click it, you will see this kind of screen where you can edit the component itself. Now it might be a bit hard to see because we are using a transparent background for this navigation, but I will now show you how you can add your own logo here. So basically, if you zoom in and then you just click on the FORYOU logo, you will see that on the right hand side we have this fill option where you can click the image, and then here you would basically choose your own logo. Now a tricky thing that sometimes can happen is if you have it set to fill, your logo might be cut weirdly because the size is not appropriate for your custom logo. So what you will have to do is unlock the size property, and then from here you can resize the logo until it fits how you want it to. So for example, this logo would be something like this, and now our logo isn't cut it out. And then once you do that, just basically lock the size property so the sizing doesn't mess up. Then here in the middle, we have links to the different sections and pages on the website. We have services, case studies, testimonials, and FAQ. I would recommend you keep those, but if in any case you want to change them, you can simply double click on it, change the text, and then to change the link, you can either place the URL link here, or if you want to link to a page section, you simply click here, click on the home page, and then pick the section that you want this link to scroll to, and then make it smooth scrolling so it's nice and smooth. And that's how you can change the settings for each different link. Then for the button, you can simply click it, and on the right side you will see the title property where you can change the text. the text. You can also change the link the same way we just saw. You can link to homepage, you can link to a section inside of a different page or a different URL, and then you have the new tab and smooth scroll settings here. And then if you go to the right side, you will see that we also have the mobile navigation. You can do the same edits here, but I wouldn't recommend messing with it too much unless you really have to, because you can easily mess up the navigation for mobile. So yeah, that's the navigation. Then to change any text on the website, it's very simple. You simply need to hover over any text element you want to change, double click it, and then you can easily change the text here. And then if you want to highlight any word, you can simply select it, go to the right side, scroll down, and here on color you can select the color you want to change this word to. And this applies to any text you see on this page. Literally everywhere you can just click on it and change it into whatever you like. Now there's a few components that you will change the text a bit differently. For example, the thumbnail creation or these services in general. You will click on them, and then on the right side you will see that you have the title, and here you can change text here. You can change the links and then all of the other settings. For the buttons is the same thing. You click on the button and then you get this title and you can change text. So that's how you change the text everywhere on this page. Now to customize the colors, I would recommend starting with the assets tab, and then from here you can select any of the colors that we have, and you can simply select it and then just drag it around, and this will change the global colors. As you can see, I would leave the dark style with a dark color, the highlight style in a lighter highlight, but you can change the shading, for example. You can also do the same here and kind of make it bluer. And then also, if you change the hue of the highlight colors, I would recommend changing the hue of the dark colors as well, because this will impact the look of the site, as you can see. So this is how you kind of change the colors from the global assets, but you will see that in some cases, some text or some elements might not change with the global styles. And if that's the case, you can simply go here and then scroll down, and next to color, just pick the color that you want this element to change to. And you can do this pretty much everywhere. So you can do this like this for text. For background colors, you can select the background, scroll down and just pick a different color. So yeah, that's kind of how you can do that. Now another global style that we have is the text global style. So here you can change the font. So if we click on the heading one, then here you can select different fonts. For example, let's select this one, and then from here you can change the font weight, you can change the default color, you can transform it to be uppercase, capitalize, none, or lowercase, whatever you see fit. You have these decorations, but I don't like them, so we're not gonna use any of those. Then you have these sizes here, so let's just lower the size a bit so it kind of fits a bit nicer. Actually, let's leave it at 60. Then you have the letter spacing, which is basically how much space you have between the letters. Line height, space between the lines. And then paragraph is space between the paragraph. And you will also notice that we have these L, M, and S sizes. This is basically L is desktop, M is tablet, and S is mobile devices. And for example, if you go on M and change this to, let's say, 55, you will see that we changed the font on the tablet breakpoint, and then if you change it on mobile to 40, let's say, or 35, you change it on the phone breakpoint. So this is how you can manage the font styles globally. You can do the same thing on the H2s, the H3s, and the body styles. Again, if some of the fonts do not change when you kind of do that, all you have to do is just basically select the font you want to change. For example, this one, go to the right side, and then from here you can select the new font that we want to have and change its properties like color, size, letter sizing, and so on. So a few elements that will not change fonts with the global styles are the pre-headings, and then these little kind of number highlights that we have below the services. So these will not be changed with the global styles. Now, one important note, if you decide to change the font of this template, make sure to go through all the text and make sure the new font is applied, because if you apply too many different fonts, this can significantly slow down your site speed and impact your site's performance. So yeah, that's how you change the fonts on the Framer template. Now, to change images, all you have to do is just select the image, go to the right side, next to the fill, you can click on the image, choose image, and then select a new image that you want to feature. If you want to change the sizing of the image, you unlock the size property, you adjust it to whatever you want to adjust it to, and then you just lock it again, just to make sure that it stays the same across all screen sizes. So this is how we change the images on the page. Now, if you want to change the images on the services section, all you have to do is double click it, because it's a component, and then here on the top we will have the image. Procedure is exactly the same. Click on the fill image, choose your new image, then adjust the size if needed, and then lock it again. So that's how you change the images on the services. And while we are at it, you will see that every service has a different hover state. So here you can customize basically the hover state. Currently it's set to lighten up the background, but for example, you can click it and apply a dark background and make the text, let's say, white. And then if you preview that, you will see that once you hover, we apply this new effect. So this is how you manage the hover states of each different service. It's the same for, every other service that we have on this page. So this is how you can kind of manage those images and hover styles on the services. Now, to change videos, here we don't really have videos a lot. We only have them on the testimonials, but basically you just click on the testimonial, go to the right hand side, and here you will see the URL. You basically put your video URL link here, or you can either upload a file locally and then this will host it for you. Then you also have some settings for every video. You can set it to play automatically. You can have a custom thumbnail for it. I would recommend to have a custom thumbnail, because sometimes on mobile devices it doesn't load up the thumbnail if you don't have a thumbnail set. So just pick an image, add some screenshot from the video, and you will make sure that it looks nice. You also have the corner radius, which is basically this rounded corners. You can set it to 0 if you don't like that. Actually, the setting here is overridden by the video wrapper. If you expand the layer panel, you will see that we have this video wrapper, and it also has a radius, so you can adjust the radius from here. So that's how you manage the video testimonials. Now, for the GIFs that we have, where they show kind of your editing, skills, all you have to do is just prepare the GIF files. Make sure they are an appropriate size, because GIFs can get pretty heavy. Size them roughly in these dimensions, 220 by 360 pixels. And then this will ensure that they're an appropriate size. You can compress them a little, and then simply select the GIF you want to change. Go to image, fill, and then choose your GIF, and this will replace the GIF and kind of connect it to here. Now, if you want to add more GIFs to your examples, all you have to do is select the GIF, hold down Alt or Command, and then drag it away. And then this way you duplicate it, and then from here you can add your new GIF, and then click on the widget for your work, and then these 3 dots, you can connect it to that new GIF you added, and just like that you can add more GIFs to your examples. Now, if you want to remove any of the GIFs, you can simply select it and then delete it, and as simple as that, you can delete the GIFs. Now, to change the client logos that we have rotating here, now this is basically, if we preview the page and you scroll down, you will see that we have these client logos kind of infinitely spinning. So this is called a ticker widget in Framer, and it basically does just that. It spins every element you connect to it infinitely. Now, to add new logos, these logos are SVGs, so you cannot add a image fill to them because they're SVGs. If you do have SVG logos of your clients, I would recommend adding those. You can simply drag them in, and once you drag a logo for your client, it will basically probably be huge if it's an SVG, and then you just put it next to these logos we already have. Hold down Shift and size it appropriately so it looks nice next to our already existing logos. and then you can simply click on the ticker, go on the three dots and connect it to that new logo you added. Now, if you want to add PNG logos, you again can simply drag them in. Now, I will just drag a random image because I don't have a logo on hand. But once you drag the image in, again, it will probably be huge. You just need to size it properly, place it next to the logo so you can make sure that it's looking appropriately. And then once you have this image inside, you have to right click it and then click add frame. This will add a frame around it and also a background color that we do not need. So you can X this background fill. And then again, simply three dots, connect it, and this is how you add new logos. If you want to remove logos, simply select the logo you want to remove and delete it. So that's how you manage the client logos. You can see we have this new image here. Now, let's say that you don't want to show every section that we have on this page. For example, let's say if you don't have any video testimonials, you might want to hide the section until you get enough testimonials. So how you can do that is you go to the layers panel on the sidebar and then select video testimonials, go to the right hand side, scroll down a little, and here next to visible you can simply pick no, and this will hide the section. Now this might create some issues because as you can see, this left a huge white space between these two sections. So how you can fix that is simply hover over the section above and you will see that we have the padding setting here. Padding is basically the space we have on top, below, and on the sides. So we have 90 pixels on top, 20 on the right, 180 on the bottom, and 20 on the left. So here you will just simply reduce the bottom padding to 90, then pick the next section and reduce the top padding to 90, and now it looks very clean and nice. Just you can check this also on the other breakpoints to make sure we don't have the same huge spacing, and in this case we do. So again, pick the section, make the bottom padding the same as the top, pick the next section and do the same thing. And you should do the same for the mobile screen sizes. So same thing. And this is how you adjust the padding on the sections. If you hide another sections, for example, this is not always necessary. So if you want to remove the process, again, go to the layers tab, desktop, and then let's find the process section. So here it is. You can simply, scroll down, click visible no, and you will see that in this case, we don't have huge spacing, so there's no need to adjust that here. But then again, if you, let's say in a month, you end up getting testimonials and you want to show them, you can come back here, see the video testimonials. It will be slightly grayed out because it's hidden. Go to the right side, scroll down and make it visible. And now you can add in your testimonials like that. Now to reorder the sections, again, it's pretty simple. You have to use the layers panel again. And then if you click on the desktop, you will see all of the sections we have below it. And let's say probably if you want to show your team before these two content blocks, you can simply drag it over them. And please make sure to use the layers panel, because if you drag from here, you can easily mess up the layout. So just use the layers panel. Let's say the video testimonials, you want to have them below the text testimonials, and you can just drag it down and add it like that. So this is how you reorder sections. Now to change the button styles, again, here we're using components. So you will have to double click on the button, and then here you will see the settings we have. And now we also have a primary state and a hover state. So you will have to customize those differently. So let's pick the primary, scroll down on the right side and make the fill a dark highlight color. The border, let's also make it a dark highlight. And then we can click on the text, scroll down on the right side, make it white. And then on the hover variant, we're gonna make the text dark. And then let's pick the hover variant, scroll down, and let's actually make this border, let's say a secondary. And then if we preview this, actually it's not loaded up the correct style. So Framework can bug out sometimes like this and not load up the preview link. But basically, if you publish the website and then you open it in that new domain, you will see that our button has the correct style applied. You can change the style of the navigation button the same way. Only thing is you have to double click the navigation and then double click the button. And then from here you can apply the same settings, change the colors, the borders. You can even add some shadows if you want. So you can experiment with the styles and get the button to how you want them to look like. So yeah, this is how you customize the buttons. Now to customize the text testimonials, we are again utilizing a ticker widget, which, as we said earlier, just infinitely spins around every content you connect to it. But to manage those, it's again very simple. You can simply click on the image, add the image here, or if you don't have an image for your clients, you can click it and then just hide it. To change the name, double click on it and change it. Same for the content below. So this is how you can change those testimonials. If you want to add more, select it like this, hold down Option or Alt and then just drag it away, and then change the content in here again. Then click on the ticker widget, 3 dots, connect the new one we just added, and you added your testimonial like that. If you want to remove any of these text testimonials, simply select the one you don't want and then delete it. And this is how you manage the client testimonials. Now for the footer, we are again utilizing a component, so you will have to double click on the footer, and here you will see that we have this big kind of call to action section above the footer. So you can customize it. You can see how we have it structured here. So we have desktop, breakpoint, tablet, and phone. We have the final CTA, which is basically this big kind of CTA section that we talked about. You can change its color from here. Let's say we want it to be a dark highlight color. Then we also have this image overlay layer where we have this kind of explosion thing. Now you can remove that or change it to something else. On the Figma file that you have received in your email, you will have those illustrations, and you will be able to change the color of this kind of explosion, so you can make it fit and then you can change it here. Or if you don't want any image overlays, you can simply X this. Then we have the text wrapper, but here you can simply select the text that you want to change, go to the color and make it white so we can see it. The button here will get lost if you're using the highlight color. So let's go to final CTA and then make this to the lighter highlight, and then probably bring those back to a dark color so they're more easily readable. And then you can also adjust the padding of this section. So you can select this, and then on the right side you will see that we have 180 pixels and 60 pixels on top and below. I'll just have that, and then here on the tablet breakpoint you can edit the text size so it's not so huge. On mobile as well, let's make it like 50 probably, so like that. And then for if we hide the final CTA contents, you will see that we have the content wrapper for the actual footer. But one thing, you should select the desktop primary layer here, and then scroll down to the right, and here you can actually change the background color. But to get back to it, to edit the logo is the same procedure as on the navigation. You simply select it, go to the fill, choose image, select your new logo, and then if it's not sized appropriately, unlock the size property, size it however you want to size it, and then lock it again so we keep the same proportions on all screen sizes. Then you can change the description here. You can also change the links, change the text, like double click it, and then the link you can change it from the right hand side. You can put your contact info here, either a phone number, address, or anything like that. Then we have the social media, and I would recommend managing those through the layers panel. So here we can click on Twitter, add your Twitter link. The child element of the Twitter columns is basically the icon. So you can select it and then change its color if you want to. If you don't, just simply don't touch that. You will also see that we have LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. So you can click on Facebook if you want to make it appear, make it visible, and then in its parent element you can add a link to your Facebook page. If you want to hide, let's say, YouTube, select it on the layers menu and make it not visible. Then just make sure to change the copyright notice here on the bottom left. And if you want to give us credit for the template, I would appreciate if you keep the design by Wise link, but it's perfectly fine if you decide to remove it as well. So this is how you manage the footer. Now for the FAQ section, FAQ we also use a component. So again, double click it, and from here you will see that we have our questions. Now to change the styling of these FAQ boxes, you again need to double click once more, and this will open the styling box. And from here you can select the closed variant, scroll down and change its fill color. You can do the same for the open variant. You can make it, let's say, dark highlight, and then select those two texts, make them white so they're visible. And then here we also have a kind of an X, so you will select these two round elements, and on the fill just make them white. And if we preview that, it's, I don't know why Framer is bugging out, but you will see that all of our styling is now applied. And now to change the question, simply click on the question you want to change the question here, and then the answer, simply change the answer here. If you want to add more questions, select one of the questions and click Control or Command D, and this will add more. If you want to delete any of the questions, simply select the one you want to delete and then click Delete on your keyboard, or right click and delete. So that's how you manage the FAQs. Now we also do have a case study page here where we list our case studies. You can select it and then do any customizations that, however you see fit. You can do those on the other pages as well. We also have a 404 page, and then we also have the case study pages. Now from here, for example, if you decide that you don't want to show company size, you can select the company size from the layer menu and then simply scroll down and hide it, and this will leave you only with 3 of the blocks. Then we have basically a standard case study page that you can fill out through the CMS section in the Framer software. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything that we want to cover today. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you have any questions, if you have purchased this template and you're stuck somewhere, you can always get in touch with us through our website, wisetemplates.com, and we will always do our best to help you customize your template. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.